evening and welcome to the February 24th meeting of the Select Board. If you would, please stand me and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please make sure your cell phones are on silent. So we have a public hearing for warrant article number 18 pursuant to RSA 284 semicolon 51 comma I comma C on Keno. Is there anyone here who has anything to say about the warrant article?
Well, I think that warrant article should go through as written because it will help not only the town of Barrington but other municipalities, and it will not bring in a criminal element. Thank you.
Mr. Ayer?
I visited a couple of establishments in Dover that had it, and my observation isn't anything different or crazy. The place didn't really change that much.
Select Person Hardikoff.
I think that it should come before the voters, and as always, the residents should decide.
I would agree. Is there anything else? Is there any public comment? Hearing no public comment, we will close the public hearing for the warrant article number 18 on Keno. Right. We have no appointments. First of two public comments. Going once. Going twice. All right. Review of minutes, February 1st.
Make a motion to accept the minutes as written for Saturday, February 1st, 2020.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Air aye.
Bailey, aye.
Hardikoff, aye.
Nap aye. And minutes for February 10th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from February 10th, 2020 as written.
If I could, there was one small adjustment to the time of the minutes, an adjustment from 5:46 to 5:56.
Other way around.
Other way around.
56 to 546.
Air aye.
Bailey, aye.
There wasn't a second on that either.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you.
Try again.
Air aye.
Bailey, aye.
I'm going to abstain only because I wasn't at the back half of the meeting.
All right, Nap aye. New business, the 2020 Peeper Race is looking for a, oops, jumping ahead, sorry. So I'll back off on the 2020 Peeper Race because we have staff reports.
Thank you. So a few things I just wanted to share, bring to the board's attention. First, related to the Goodwill expansion project, the property's closed on Friday the 21st. Big step forward on this year-long project or more. So definitely thank you to those involved and the Haley family for their contribution to the project. The grants approved for this project require appraisals, which have been commissioned by the Conservation Commission, totaling $2,300. Again, the treasurer and I feel like it's important the select board is aware of the costs associated with this project, which this is another cost associated. Not looking for any action by the board tonight, but just making sure that you're aware. And this, as we move forward in a few meetings to discuss expenditures and process with the Conservation Commission, the treasurer and I are very much interested in seeing a process where the Conservation Commission is held to approving expenditures at their meeting prior to making a commitment to make those expenditures. In this case, the appraisals are done, they're being requested to be paid for, and the Conservation Commission, after the fact, at their meeting on February 20th, authorized the expenditure, which obviously isn't how things should be done. And so we look forward to working with the Conservation Commission on the MOU to further define that process and make sure that it's being done how it should.
We drafted the letter that we had discussed about sending to the Conservation Commission.
So we'll do that for the MOU discussion, absolutely.
Okay. Select person there.
I'm the liaison on the Conservation Commission and stuff. They have taken drastic measures to correct things and make it easier. They're gonna highlight the minutes, so it's easy to refer to it real quick. There's a new member we just appointed, Tom. He worked at UNH in maintenance, and he does, like, these departments did a budget. So he's gonna take over the accounting part and do a spreadsheet. So he is very familiar with it, and it should go a lot smoother and stuff. And this money was in the original budget, this for the things, and then there's a contingency in that budget. So it's all, the top number won't change. It's all figured in.
I also think that I have a lot of confidence that things will continue to improve working with the Conservation Commission, absolutely. Okay. If there's nothing else, the town report is now available. It's off to the printer. It'll be back the first week of March. I included the link in my report to visit the town report. Unfortunately, at last update, the town's website is down, and including a lot of municipalities' websites. And so we'll certainly keep the board posted as that issue is reversed. But the town report's available, and we'll distribute copies as usual when they're available first week of March.
Thank you for just updating that. I did have several folks who had reached out to me about the town website being down.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to let them
Oh, it is
know.
back up. Oh, terrific. The website's back up. So, yep. Yes, I'm glad that you heard it from me and you were able to provide some kind of a response.
Yep.
Always my intention. I also wanted to provide a quick update on the addition to the recreation facility. So the Recreation Commission consulted a fire protection engineer to confirm that an addition would not require a fire suppression system. They'll continue to work on space needs and cost per square foot estimates as requested by the select board. I also wanted to share, just to make sure it was clear from our last meeting where we discussed this, based on the options available, the Rec Commission is interested in pursuing this addition regardless of occupying the recreation or the library space. So they feel that they need this space and would still be able to make good use of the library space should that become available. So I wanted to make sure that was available. And the select board should expect further updates at the March 9th meeting with developing that request for qualifications and details of the space needs and cost per square foot anticipated. And I have, as I discussed with the chair prior to the meeting and shared some materials on, I have two quick things to add to the agenda. One, involuntary lot merger reversal, and an item about a community development block grant for Barrington Oaks.
Select person there.
The rec building and library, it's overdue for some,
TLC.
right, and this on, make it a little more energy efficient. So, it's not a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I have. Turn it over to Tiffany. One second.
Mr. Bailey.
I would just like to bring notice that what Connor had brought up is February work anniversaries. Darlene Harris, 15 years. Spencer Abbey, 2 years. And Tyler Curry, 1 year.
Thank you.
Select person there.
Yeah, we had someone pass away last week, in the transfer station. You were only like a short time, but, Richard Melanson, is that how you pronounce it?
Correct.
Dick.
Thank you.
He also worked the tower when he was able to walk.
35 years.
For your signature today, I have one notice of intent to cut wood or timber, one payroll manifest for check date 2/20/2020, and one AP check register for check date 2/20/2020. That's it.
Alrighty. Anything under old business? Moving on to new business, there was a request for road closure for the 2020 Peeper race. It would be on May 9th. I don't know if anybody's done it before. I tend to run it, not every year, but many years, and I know I run up past Tracy's house as I roll by.
And
But,
my dogs
Yes, yeah, we
Yeah.
take the neighborhood.
I just know
But
when the
it-
runners are coming, we get the.
But it is a great race, and it's a great community event, so. I will make a motion to authorize road closure for the 2020 Peeper race.
I'd second that.
Air I.
Bailey, aye.
Hardikoff, aye.
Nap aye.
Terrific. So the first additional item is the reversal of an involuntary lot merger. You'll remember we discussed one of these a few meetings ago. The past practice of municipalities was to take non-conforming lots and merge them together, issue one tax bill. The state instituted an RSA that indicated the property owners could request those involuntarily merged lots be unmerged, or that involuntary merger reversed. And so they just have to submit a request. Staff does research to determine that they were indeed involuntarily merged, and the select board must take a vote authorizing the reversal. The select board really doesn't have a choice. The research was done and they were involuntarily merged. So it would be I'd be looking for a motion to authorize the involuntary lot merger reversal for map 124, lot 23.
I would make the motion to
Reverse the
reverse the,
involuntary merger.
yeah, I just needed the numbers, to reverse the involuntary lot merger of lot 124, or map 124, lot 23. Sorry, it's the lack of sleep.
I'll second it.
Getting me.
Roll call.
Yep.
Air I.
Bailey, aye.
Hardikoff, aye.
Nap aye.
Thank you. Second item, so you'll remember that the select board supported the application for a community development block grant for the Lee Oaks community to pursue improvements for their well and septic systems. A short time after the Barrington Oaks Park community became interested in pursuing similar funding. The town can only support one application per year. So Barrington Oaks, in exploring options, would like to have the county sponsor their application. I spoke with the county administrator who indicated that the commissioners were willing to support the application for this park, but wanted to check with the select board to make sure that the select board supported this project. So it would absolutely be an improvement in that community, and it would be great to have additional funding support coming in outside of the one that the town is sponsoring.
I think it's a great thing anytime we can support any one of these communities with improved wells, septics, and sewage management plans.
I think it's an exciting opportunity to take the federal HUD dollars down to the state level and use the community development block grants to better our community. Very in support of it.
I have no comments. I'm in support of it.
I'm in support too. Do we need a vote?
No, I'll let the county administrator know by consensus the select board supports the county pursuing the application. Thank you.
All right, select persons reports.
Like I mentioned earlier, and stuff, the conservation, we're really making strides and stuff. In the overall picture of everything's going on, they're ahead of the game on it and keeping updated with Connor and everything. And then Town Lands Committee, they're working on. Did Tim Nolan, did you get in contact with him for Saturday?
So I talked to the chair of the Lands Committee today, and he asked that I reach out to Tim Nolan, and I will tomorrow.
All right. I thought he was going to get on earlier because we wanted Saturday morning 7:30.
There was some phone tag late last week, so I connected with the chair today, and I think the plan's a good one to have the forester come down and meet with the Conservation Commission and Town Lands Committee. Doing it sometime before the spring when he'll start his work is important. So I think we agreed that if this Saturday doesn't work for the forester, picking a time that the forester may suggest will be good. So especially so the group can take that opportunity to take the forester into the woods and show him some of the things that they've seen.
And then they're working on that list of lots and stuff. So
When you say working on the list of lots, I'm assuming you're referring to lots that have been tax deeded.
Right. They still want, they still just a little more homework and reach out to abutters and stuff. So they're gonna try to contact the treasurer of Berry River Road in Long Shores, and then try to then go approach abutters. They're gonna contact the association first before I start wrapping up people's doors.
Okay. Very good. Select Person Bailey.
Thank you. The library meeting was canceled, and the CBA did not have a meeting for lack of interest. And during the candidates night, I had a discussion with Matt Town, our state rep, and his concern was another way to raise funds in the communities other than through property tax. And my question to him was, does that mean you were looking at an income tax? And he just shrugged his shoulders and raised his hands, and then the moderator shut the conversation down. But I just want to make everybody aware of that's something that was brought up. Thank you.
Select Person Hardikoff.
So the rec department is working on their request for qualification or request for a proposal for the expansion of the front area of the town gym into offices. The lottery system was utilized this year in order to select those wishing to participate in before and after school programs. It was an extremely well received and successful lottery. Only 22 children or families, I'm not sure if I have that figure right, but there were only 22 that were not able to currently be selected for before school care. And I think if I recall correctly, all after school children will be cared for as part of the programming. I do have to say in reference to this, because I've seen online traffic in this regard, it is not the town of Barrington's responsibility to provide these services, but it is wonderful that we have a recreation department that values appropriate childcare and is willing to incorporate this in the programs that they offer. But I do think it is important to note that it is not a town's or government responsibility to provide childcare at this time.
Very well said. Thank you.
The planning board meeting was on Tuesday, February 18th. I was not present at it, but I know Wildlife Encounters was on the agenda, and I believe there's a site walk scheduled for them. And then TurboCam was there, which I would have had to have stepped out from anyway, or recused myself from working on their conditional use permits.
They got approved.
Everything did get approved. And that was it. Last public comment. Seeing none, I will make a motion to request non-public for personnel and reputation.
May I, if I could, Chairperson, March 10th, all of our warrant articles are being brought before town residents for vote? Is that the date?
Yes, March 10th.
March 10th. So I hope that all of the adult, 18-age or older residents of the town of Barrington arrive ready to make decisions on what should transpire in their town, and that they have done appropriate research to make wise and informed decisions, because ultimately it is the select board's role to bring things before the residents, and it is the residents' decision to decide how their town moves forward.
Select Person Air.
I was very happy with 44.9% turnout. There's 7,400 registered voters in the town now, and 3,400 showed up for a primary. So hopefully we can have that at March 10th.
Agreed.
just to piggyback on that, if anybody is looking for more information and share this far and wide, all of the details of the town meeting information, the budget, and all of the supporting articles can be found at barrington.nh.gov/2020 town meeting. And so that would be a great place to do your research if you'd like to be informed on what you're voting on.
Excellent.
Alrighty.
Motion to enter a non-public for purposes of personnel.
Are you seconding it?
Oh, did you say that already?
I already did.
Okay, second.
Air aye.
Taylor, aye.
Hardikoff, aye.
Nap aye.